Oh boy, I can't wait to get out of here. Yay, only one more week. Oh no, man, sorry. You got another month in there. Fuck you mean I got another month? I'm supposed to get out. Sorry, filler. Fuck! Alright, so before I get into the review of this episode, I need to get out this mini rant real quick. Regarding, if some of you don't know, starting next week we are going back into fillers, and it's been at least a month worth of filler confirmed. Now, if any of you know what I'm coming from, what I'm talking about, literally, one chapter's worth of material away we are from a monumental, epic, huge moment. We are on chapter 558, probably 4 or 5 pages into 558 at the end of this episode. Literally, one chapter away, we would have been at a huge moment. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but there's supposed to be something really epic happening next chapter, which would have probably been the next episode if we're going, one chapter an episode or whatnot, or, even 2 chapters an episode, depending on how they want to adapt it. And instead of getting to that moment, especially in anticipation, Storm 3 is coming out. No, we're going into fillers next week. And that pisses me off. I feel like it's a slap in the face to fans that have been dying to see this. I mean, I guess they're trying to make it so, because that moment is apparently going to be really big in Storm 3, so they want to, hold it off and, you saw it in the game first, now check the anime, or whatever the case may be. But for me personally, I feel a little pissed off. I'm not going to lie, I feel pissed off. Why couldn't we wait till after that moment, at the very least, after that moment, to then, okay, we got to do a couple weeks of filler, a month of filler, whatever. At least give us the moment. I don't know, that's just a quick mini rant. What do you guys think about that? If you know what I'm talking about, then you understand where I'm coming from. Chapter 559, one chapter away. Why couldn't we see that? So this particular episode, Naruto Shippuden episode, I believe it was 302. My feelings towards the Mizukage, the previous Mizukage, changed quite a bit. I think he's not that bad of a guy. I think he's actually pretty cool. The last time I was quite a bit annoyed with him, but it was probably just the atmosphere of that episode overall. Last time I talked about him, where he was fighting all the fodder ninja and whatnot. It was probably just the atmosphere of the episode or something that really ticked me off, because in this one, he actually said, no, you're not putting me down. I'm going to actually help you by challenging you and not allowing you to just immediately take me out. And I thought that was a pretty nice touch there. He didn't just automatically tell them, you do this, do this, do this. I like also how this war, if you really look at it, Gaara has been getting a lot of attention with this war. And I think that's awesome, because Gaara is one of the characters that kind of people say, well, a lot of other characters don't get spotlight. And in this war, Gaara has been getting a lot. He had the moment with his dad. He fought Moon. Now he's fighting Mizukage. So I think that this episode is really good to give, again, more spotlight to Gaara and other characters, the Tsuchikage, even though Tsuchikage is just so freaking old. Every 2 seconds, my back, my back. God damn, fix your back, dog. So it was pretty funny with certain moments. I liked how it was very tactical. Gaara proving that, he's worthy of being a Kazekage. And just because he's young doesn't mean that he's going to be pushed around and talked down to. And he really gave it to the Mizukage. I give credit. I think this episode was done nicely. Animation was pretty awesome. Nothing to complain about there. So overall, the episode as a whole was pretty cool. Towards the end, literally right after they asked Naruto, where's you're a clone. I believe Gaara said, you're a clone. Where's the original you? Right after that, everything else was filler, where we just see him, Naruto in his QB mode, running across the map, and we see different instances of what people are doing. All of that was filler. So I guess they set this all up because they wanted to have a month worth of filler. I don't know why. Also, the sound for ninjas showing up in Kabuto's mind of how he basically is going to resurrect them. That's also filler in a way, I want to say, because there is something regarding them, but it's not anything to do with them specifically. So there's that, and I saw the preview. That's going to be the filler, which I'm not too mad about seeing that filler. I'm just mad about filler in general, because I wouldn't mind seeing the sound for again. How awesome were they in the original Naruto? But it's the fact that now is not the time for that. Now is not the time, I feel. But anyway, the overall episode, very enjoyable up until the end when we had that little filler part, and didn't really need that filler part. It felt weird, just seeing the map and Naruto running across it, so I didn't really care for that particular portion. It was nice to see Hinata, I guess, and Neji. But yeah, let me know what you think of the episode. Again, I really liked certain aspects of Gaara versus the Mizukage, just showing that he's not to be pushed around. And also, very important stuff for anybody that doesn't know about what's to come. Mu. Pay attention to Mu. He is going to be a pivotal factor to the upcoming events. And it's crazy how the Tsuchikage really just wasn't on his A game, because he knew Mu told him everything about the Mizukage, so naturally I'm sure the Tsuchikage knew everything about Mu as well. I'm talking about Unoki. He must have known about Mu as well. So for him not to know that Mu pretty much split himself in, like, you know, made a copy of himself. Well, it's not a copy, it's fission, I guess you could say. It's like, you know, literally just making a second version of himself. So for him not to know that, that's kind of like, you're slipping, man. You are getting old. It's time for you to sit down, make somebody else the new Tsuchikage, and give it up already. Like, you're slipping. But other than that, still pretty enjoyable episode. I really liked it. That the animation, there was no flaws. Like, there wasn't anything like, oh, you know, that character was out of model, or that character was looking weird. It was pretty solid, and they did a decent job. The lighting wasn't all that, because, you know, sometimes if you get the really light brightness, it makes it look better, but we didn't really need that, because it just really looked decent. Let me know what you think, though, of the episode. Did you think that the Mizukage went down fairly? I think this was a fair one. I think there was no trolling. I think that Gaara, the way he put him down using the combination with his father San, I think that was a great way to pay like one last respect to that whole situation. And overall, just I thought it was done nicely. But again, let me know what you think. And are you pissed off that we're getting another month's, at least another month's worth of filler right before what I'm calling it right now, one of the craziest moments of the war thus far? Right before it, we're going into filler. Your thoughts on that? But that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to get out of filler. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to necessarily review these filler episodes. It really just depends on my enjoyment and if I just feel up to it. If not, I'll like substitute it with some discussions or something like that. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.